Each time we pick one of you.
Right. Okay. Awesome. Okay, everybody. Yes. Hi, everyone. Good evening. Good evening. This meeting is called to order. This is our Bronx Community Board 1 Education, Youth, and Young Adults Committee meeting. Thank you all so much for being here on this rainy evening. I am here just temporarily because our chair, Stephanie, couldn't make it this evening, unfortunately. So I'm here to keep the meeting going in her absence. And first, we're going to start with introductions. Yes, so my name is Christina Cover. I am a teacher in the community. I live here in Mott Haven, and I'm part of our Education, Youth, and Young Adults Committee. So glad to be here. And I'm so happy to introduce everybody else on our committee. We're going to be doing a round of introductions, and we'll start on this end.
Yes, good evening, everyone. My name is Muhammad Sheikh. I'm a community board member, Community Board 1, City of New York. Thank you all.
I'm Jackie De Jesus. I'm part of the Community Board, Youth and Education.
I'm Joyce Opus. I am one of the committee members.
Good evening, Diana Leonard. I'm the Community Associate here at the Bronx Community Board 1.
Hi, my name is Samuel McNeil. I'm an intern here at Community Board 1.
And someone's hiding. I think Mr. Francis is still somewhere.
Oh, Mr. Francis.
So they do go right here at the end.
Yes. Yes, anybody else on the board member, feel free.
No, I'm not a board member yet.
I'm not.
But
Francis. Yes, Francis at the table. Wait for the table. Anyone? Yes, please. Introduce yourself at the end.
I'm Jared, resident of the Bronx. And yeah, I'm happy to be here.
So next.
I'm Griffith Negroni. I'm employment coordinator for Jobs Plus, Eastside House Settlement. I'm happy to be here as well.
I'm Michael Steedley, and I'm from the Eastside House Settlement, Jobs Plus, and I am a career development specialist.
Suma Atsu Brown, Executive Director of Storylands, the Bronx Brookhaven.
Colleen Winnie, Education Advisor to SORMA at the Bronx Brookhaven.
Leah Mahoney, and I'm Assistant to SORMA.
Awesome.
William Pintado, Community Relations and Enrollment Manager for Surfing Academy.
Awesome.
Stephen?
Stephen, would you like to
Stephen Palmer, Community Coordinator, Bronx CD1.
Awesome.
Thank you, Madam Chair, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, Anthony Jordan, District Manager of the Board. Just a reminder that our meeting is being broadcast live on our YouTube page, Bronx CD1. And if for the first time you are speaking, please remember to say your first and last name for our system to be able to pick up for the recording. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Absolutely. Thank you. Okay, so now that we've gone through introductions, hello, come on in, welcome.
Introduce yourself for the record, brother.
Hi, hello everyone. My name is Walter Steele. I have a background in community work as well as entertainment and education. Nice to meet you.
Thank you so much for being here.
Jada, introduce yourself for the record.
Hi, Jadine Buxton.
Thank you so
She's
much.
one of our board members.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right.
Thank you so much. Of course. Thank you. So we have our agenda as it was printed, but we're just going to be switching the order slightly to give some time for new business first. And so our first order of new business is a presentation from Mr. Negroni and Mr. Steedley from Eastside House Jobs Plus. And so we have 15 minutes allotted for your presentation, and then we'll have some time for Q&A and discussion. So whenever you're ready, we're here to hear the presentation.
Do you stand up? Or
yes.
Please feel free. Yes.
So my name is Griffith Negroni. Once again, I'm an employment coordinator from Jobs Plus, Eastside House. Right. Today we have a bunch of flyers that we brought along with us as well. We have education. We have an education department. We have a financial services department where they help with finances, credit, opening bank accounts, child support. They also help with child support. Education, what we do is try to, we have on-site training. We have technology, security, OSHA, construction. we have something new and improved, and it just came in today. Well, it came in yesterday, but we created the flyers today. I don't have the other ones, but I apologize. We have a CNA training, right? It just came in. This training is supposed to start January 12th, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. It's a paid training. It's 24 weeks. It's going to be 13 weeks in school at Lehman College, and it's going to be 11 weeks paid training for internships, right? Hopefully we can get them placed permanently when they do internships. We also have PTC, patient care technician, this is the prerequisite to that. And then we also have EMT. We have only 6 available spots available for all 3 of them. So we're doing 25 PCT, 25 CNA, and then we're doing 10 EMT. Don't ask me. I think it's a little backwards, but it's not me. I think it was a little backwards, right? Considering CNA is the prerequisite to PCT, so I just think it should have been the other way around, but that's how they came up with it. Again, we have employment services. I conduct employment events, so I have a bunch of employees. I've been with Jobs Plus since July. I've been doing events every month since. My last event was very successful. We had about 7 employers. Workforce One is a community partner along with us as well. I have building skills. We are actually going to be in Mount Haven tomorrow. The flyers are here for everybody who's from Mount Haven. The main thing about my organization, right, is that we only service, which is Jobs Plus. Eastside House can service the whole Bronx, right? Yeah. But Jobs Plus can only service the 3 developments, which is Mott Haven, Millbrook, and Mitchell. Right. So that's the only downfall to it, right? Because I'm in human services. I've been in human services over 15 years, and I like to help anybody I can. But that's just the only barrier that I have. But I have building skills, which screens for anybody in the construction field, electricians, plumbing, scaffolding, flaggers. You name it. If it's part of construction, they will screen you and possibly place you the same day or the same week, for sure. As long as you have the right certifications, you have PPE, personal protection equipment, things of that nature. Right. We also have at Eastside House, we have a GED program. We just started it back up. So this is for anybody in the community. I believe there's an age requirement. I'm not too sure. Thanks. 18 years and older. Basically, they just started it back up, so this is for anybody in the community that want to get the GED. Perfect. Anybody who's interested in Host Community College, BMCC, our educational specialist is part of the alumni for, I believe, both colleges, BMCC and University. And he does get people enrolled. Probably makes the process a lot easier. I'm in John Jay right now currently. So I try to help people get, their services and whatever free classes that are available. I try to help members for that as well. What else we have available? We actually hosting an open house for all, all residents of the 3 developments at my location, so that way they can meet everybody that is employed at my department, so they can get familiar with the people over there. Right, so they'll be walking around our department, and they'll come to our desk. We'll introduce ourselves. They can talk to us and figure out who we are. Again, we're new. Jobs Plus is not new. It's been there for years, right? But it's a whole new staff. It's a whole new staff. We have a new director. We don't currently have our assistant director anymore. This is my director. Then it's me. Then we have the education specialist. We have the career development specialist, which is Michael Steely. Me and Michael Steve been working together for quite some time now. We came from another organization together, so we know the ins and outs of a lot of things as far as workforce is concerned. Right, that's my expertise. If people need employment, we do mock interviews, we do resume writing, we do we do skills building. Right. What else do we do? We do reentry services. We actually specialize in that. We help people, trying to come back into society, be productive. We can help navigate getting their social security cards. birth certificates, city IDs in order to get their state IDs. Anything else you want to add, sir? Come on, brother. Come on. You got me out here hanging around.
Don't worry.
I can't even talk.
I've been going at this since 4:00 this morning. So, but as he said, our services, we're in human services, and we're in the market of getting people employment. Right? Barring how they feel about it, what type of skills they are, we actually sit the people down and talk to them and draw those skills out of them. Right? We had a young lady tonight that didn't know how to do nothing, but we got her an interview tomorrow, two interviews tomorrow, because we talked to her and pulled the skills out.
Yeah.
Like I said, we're in the market of giving people confidence and job opportunities.
And assessing them the proper way. Because most people have a lot of skills, they're just not aware of it, right? Now this young lady, she's 18. She doesn't have a high school diploma, but I got her enrolled into the GED program. She's been in the program for 2 months. She has a security license.
Yeah, she has a security license.
But she's this small. So it's really hard. She's literally like this small. So it's just, it's sort of hard to get her into a security position, right? But the good thing about it is that Eastside House has many positions that are open.
Yeah.
Right? So if you know anybody with certain skills, go to the Eastside House career website. We're actually looking for another employment coordinator, right? That will be working alongside me and Michael Steele. But that's specifically, excuse me, for this program. That's specifically to find internships, and they'll be working under Eastside House, not Jobs Plus, but they'll be in the Jobs Plus office, working alongside me and Michael Steele again. They have community coaches that they're hiring for, and that's the position that I have got the young lady interview for, because she's from Millbrook. So getting her to interview with us there, we could possibly get her employment there and get her some more skills, and maybe, it could lead to something better. They also have group leaders, assistant director positions available. We're looking for assistant director at our location as well. They have program directors that they're looking for. It's a vast job market with that one organization. And this is what I try to tell people, right? We tell people all the time, looking for employment is a full-time employment. It's a full-time job. There's no, I'm going to go here, I'm going to get the job, and that's it. It's not going to happen. Unfortunately, we wish it was like that everywhere, but it's not, right?
So one of the other things that we're doing is that we're moving people towards careers. Because my statement is, and I even told one of our benefactors from HRA, says, how long you plan to do what you're doing? And she said something else, and I said, well, I wouldn't hire you because you're going to leave, right? And take my knowledge with you, my skills, and possibly my employees. She was shocked. Like, if you're going to be in a career position, you're going to be in a career position. So now we have people, young people, coming up, they want to do security all the time. So we're trying to nudge them towards the Department of Corrections and Community Supervision, because that is a long-term career. They can get health benefits, they get a pension. It's long-term, and this is what we're looking for: long-term, and stop the in the pocket money jobs. But they don't last, right? So that's what we're doing. We got a few takers, but most people is resisting that because they corrections. But it's better to be on this side of the law than that side.
Unfortunately, our community doesn't really support, people in our community doesn't really support law enforcement, but that's fine, right? That's fine, because there's other pathways we can take that are for young security officers, right? Get your F01, your fire guards, right? You also can get your F80, become a supervisor. Now let's think beyond that. If you want to really, further your career in security, right? Let's get your FLSD, fire life safety director. Right now, you're making between 60 and 120,000, depending on the positions you're going for. It's not only going to be security, but you can be a program director. You can do other things, right? So these are the pathways we try to instill in everyone, right? It's just a lot of people don't know. Like, you can take, for instance, you're a teacher, right? You can take your teaching skills, your facilitating skills, right? You can definitely go somewhere else with that, right? Especially if you have, with your degrees to back you up. So this is like a lot of things people just don't understand, right? And we try to break that barrier to help them understand. Even with a GED, there's a lot of things you can do with a GED, especially if you have certain skills, experience, and things of that nature to back it up. So that's what we
That is Job Plus. That's what we do every day.
every day.
Every day. Sometimes 18 hours in a day. You know, we was on the phone at 10:30 talking about that, doing, things that we want to do.
Yeah.
So it works out as a full-time job.
Also, we're gonna be also Saturday. After Saturday, this will be Reverend Michael Stevens.
And chaplain. He'll be a chaplain. But we both trying to advance our careers, and we embarked on, not that we're Bible toters, but we're spiritual advisors, that we assist people in their spiritual needs. And in our counseling session, we discovered that we've been counseling people for a number of years. So we being accredited of New York State Chaplain Task Force and become first responders. So don't stop in the office, that we're constantly out in the field. Right.
Thank you so much. Thank you, and that's right at time.
So, any questions?
Yeah, I want to ask you.
So,
She's gonna
Yes. Awesome, thank you. Well, thank you so much for that great presentation, for the work that you do. And we're now gonna take questions from board members first, and then I'll share a question or two, and then we'll go to the audience as well, folks who are attending the meeting. So any questions from the board?
Can you just reiterate what, I guess, the houses that you support for Job Plus? Because you said Job Plus is only exclusive to residents and certain
Millbrook
buildings.
Housing, Millbrook Housing,
Millbrook,
Mount Haven, and Mitchell Housing.
Patterson is not on the list.
Not yet.
That's according to the contract from HRA.
Yeah, not
Those
yet.
three
We're
houses.
trying to get them on there, but as of yet, no. I think it has to do a lot with the area code.
Got it.
So if you're under 10454, in those three developments, you
And
service
it's
your
literally
neighbor across the
from
street.
each other.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. I say the same thing because it's a big population. Harrison has a huge population. And it's like, well, unfortunately, we can't service them.
Thank you.
Well,
I
we
do
can
have a
refer them to
question.
PSP. We can refer them to Eastside House, and they can
Okay.
service them.
What age you guys serve? I know you said for certain programs was 18. But what is the age? Because we do a lot of youth education, but some of our youth are like 16, 15. So what programs you have for them? And we also do a job fair. We did it last year. This year we're gonna do another one. And when is it?
In spring.
In the spring.
And that's for
And it's
youth under.
young adults. It's
Well,
both.
it's for
Yeah.
youth and young
Young
adults.
adults.
Okay. Basically, Eastside House has Cornerstone.
Okay.
I don't know if you're familiar with them.
Yeah, we do.
So they're actually located in each development, right? We work closely with them, so we try to get them, and then we have PSP, right? PSP is post-secondary education, right? So usually, we try to meet in the middle, with the gray area. So if they turning 18 and they're graduating, then we can try to advise them in the right direction type thing. But we only supposed to service people from the ages of 18 and older.
Okay.
What age?
18
and older.
18 and older. Awesome. Any additional questions?
Yeah.
Sure.
So I am interested when you say you are offering GED program. GED program is anything with the financial things, like say you have to pay some kinds of enrollment fees or fee, or it is a free GED?
No, sir, it is free.
And the age limit?
It's actually 18 and older.
18 and older.
Okay.
Oh, this one.
I had that.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's on the skate room, the skate week.
GED is for 18 and older.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Thank you. Any additional questions? Please feel free.
So I have like a two-part question. So I know that you guys stated that you have a re-entry program. Do you have services for people who are suffering from mental health? And then the second part of the question is, I know you said that you help people obtain their social security and their state IDs, but do you also have any resources for people who are housing insecure, who don't have a place to live or address that they can use that still qualify for these programs?
So on campus, we have we deal with people with mental health, because we do a mental health screening when they come in. Basic questions. So, and if they have mental health problems, we send them to our on-site therapists,
Okay.
and they refer them out to other agencies that we can't provide services for them.
Okay.
Right? As far as housing is concerned, personally, we help people that don't have housing. Our agency doesn't have a mechanism to address the housing situation with them. But we help people with housing. We direct them to certain agencies.
And they still qualify for like the job programs, like the workforce programs?
Yes, they still qualify for the workforce program.
Thank you.
Because 9 times out of 10, they have we ask the residents, they say, who do you live with? You live with somebody in the housing projects. And you can come and verify that with an address. You got a letter or a bill with the address on it. So it says you live there. Regardless if you're homeless, we'll help you as long as you have that address. You know, because chances are you're going to be living there at some point. So we assist them with the services.
So we do have a wellness coordinator on site to help with mental health issues, right? Again, like he said, we do not help people with housing, but we have a lot of years of experience between me and him that we actually know a lot of people and we can help navigate that situation, you know, accordingly. We have we know there's a whole bunch of resources out there, and I guarantee you that either him or I know somebody in some organization that will be able to help that individual. Guaranteed.
Yeah, on that housing issue, they passed this years ago. As long as you have that same question to years ago, as long as you have a PO box number, even though you don't have no permanent housing, you have to be accepted. That's state mandate.
Where?
We go on for job interview. They used to ask you for your address and so forth. You know,
Okay,
but you have a PO box number. That is acceptable right there. That's mandated by the state.
Okay, so
I remember that court fact. Because human resources will do that same mess.
So
the state
what it is when we work with employers, the employers want to know, you have an ID card,
Right.
social security card.
Right.
Do you have a bank account or any way to get direct deposit?
Right.
Most employers don't care where you're living at.
Thank you.
Right? They just want to know that you have those 3 items so you can pay taxes and we can pay you.
And addresses is no longer required on a resume.
Right.
Right. And address is not on the resume. And most people, when you got your ID card, you was living someplace else. So it's not the same address. So.
And I'll ask a quick question before we open it up. Before the school I currently teach, I taught at Arturo A. Schomburg Satellite Academy, and Eastside House was there.
Okay.
Eastside House was there and offered a lot of great programming for the students. So I'm just curious to know how many Eastside House folks are in the schools in the South Bronx. Or do you know what I mean? Or because a lot, right? Because they offered a lot of workforce development programs for young people, and it's a transfer school for older students who might need to get their credits. And so I remember the Eastside House employees really were helping the school community. So I wanted to know,
as a CBO?
As a CBO, yes, right in the building, which was really nice. Is that common?
Yes, it is, and
Yeah.
we also have our own satellite schools as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So our mission.
That was satellite.
Exactly. Our mission is to help the community get employed,
Right.
with education, and any other resources they need. That's our mission. Right?
And so
I just broke it down.
And you want to help them discover their you want them to focus at an early stage. So when they come to us, we say, what type of work you want to do? They'll never say, I'll do anything.
Yeah.
Right?
We
don't accept that I'll do anything. You have to have a focus, a direction on where you want to go.
And if you don't have that, we will help you. Just don't say you take anything. that's what we teach.
I'm just trying to get paid.
But and the hard truth is, if you're trying to do anything, you could be shoveling, cleaning out the sewers, but you're going to stop doing that, and then you're going to talk yourself out of that job because you don't like to do that.
For sure.
Right? So we work with you, and if you still persist, you want to do anything, don't worry. Sit on the side. You'll discover it.
For
sure. I know something. I'm retired from retail and maintenance while we was working retail in the food business, A&P. I work with A&P.
Work with A&P, huh?
A&P, Finance, Pathmark. Even on Cleo Walker with Shell Co-op. But the whole lot of people need to understand, when you work in retail, it's about networking. You got to keep cool. I remember when I was 16, you have here argue with no customer, and you come across a situation that you can't have resolved, direct the customer to the manager. I go and leave business now and ask somebody for assistance and so forth. They look at me with a blank face. They think at half the time I get cursed out. And so I just take a step back. I really don't want to answer a whole lot of awkward because what happened and why that person laid on the ground.
And you know, it's crazy that you say that because most employers,
Yes, sir.
the main thing that they ask for is customer service.
That's right.
Any position. Like I have a lot of contacts, right? For instance, I have a Fresh Direct, right? We had a meeting the other day, and I asked her. I said, "Listen, for truck driver, this for a truck driver." I said, "What's the main thing you look for in a candidate that I send you?" She's like, "Griffith, I'll take anybody you send me, right? You know, we have a good relationship like that." I said, "No, that's fine, but I still want to know what's the main thing you look for." She said, "Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now. It's customer service."
Yeah.
She said, "I don't know if you didn't know that, but every guy you send me or a lady you send me, they're phenomenal." So I'm like, oh, "Okay, so I guess I'll tell you the right people." That's what I do. I send people because I don't want to just send you anybody. If you go into business and I just send you anybody, or you go in the future, are you gonna send anybody I send you? So, but to what you were saying, customer service is always the best quality to have and for any position.
Thank you so much. I'm now just gonna open it up if there are any questions from meeting attendees.
Yeah, well, it just kind of flows over from what the gentleman was just saying here. Can I ask you, what would you say is your biggest challenge, you gentlemen, right now as it relates to what, employability matches? What is it we need to be looking at?
Okay, so we come from an agency that we dealt with difficult people. And the people and a lot of it at one time. It's like this room, we would see everybody in this room within an hour and send you on an interview. But these people are just as impacted. And just as impacted people are the easiest people to employ as opposed to someone that's never been just as impacted.
And why is that?
Well, that is because people that's never been just as impacted, never been affected, and they don't care. They always got their hand out. People that's been just as impacted, most people change their life, and I'll work for what I get and be sincere about it. That's the most challenging thing about this field.
Another challenge we face, right, is that, we just got to the organization, right? So the organization's been there.
Yeah.
And it's been a turnover, with the employees. I'm not gonna lie, that's one thing I don't do. So we're new, so we have to prove ourselves, right?
Right.
So what we've been doing, right, is been hosting the events. As long as they see us in the community, now it's like we go everywhere we go, we're like celebrities. Hey, Griff, I got the job. Well, Griff, I'm gonna bring you my pay stub, right? So it's like, and I'm proud of that. That's why I do the job, not for the money. Lord knows it's not for the money, right? But that's what I do the job for, and I'm from the Bronx. I'm born and raised in the Bronx, Jacoby Hospital, right? So, the most thing that I see with this population right here, I'm not gonna say this population, with this community, right, is that you have to earn your trust. You have to get familiar with the people, right? You have to get familiar with the community. People can see if you're fraudulent, if you're phony, if you're not sincere, right? People can see that. The gentleman right here, he sees us at Mount Haven. He didn't even know who we were, right? We're like, yeah, we're helping the community. And then every time we're down there, he comes down and says, "Hi, good morning," right? So it's like, that's what we strive to do. We want to show people we are going to be there. You know what I'm saying? We do care, Mount Haven won't go to where we go. So unfortunately, we have to go to Mount Haven. I have no problem with that. If you want me to go, I'll go. If you want me to knock me at the door where you go to the interview, I'll do it, right? I can't legally do it, but I'll do it, right? So that's the barrier we're facing. We're just trying to get familiar with the community. And I believe once we get familiar with the community a little bit more, there really won't be that many barriers because I'm a straightforward person, right? And I'm very transparent. And I talk to them the way they talk to me, right? Because I'm from the Bronx, so I can switch. I can code switch at any point, right? So, they relate to me and I relate to them as well. And I explain to them, right? I don't have a college degree. I have a GED. If I could do it, you could too. I mean, I'm trying to better myself right now, right? But you have to want it. I want it, so that's why I'm doing it, right? I'm sitting here and I'm wearing, I'm used to wearing jeans and I'm wearing, but you have to make yourself want it. You have to make yourself comfortable and you have to want to change. If you don't want to change, let's not waste each other's time, and then I'll just get you a warehouse job. You wanna go, whatever you wanna do, I got you.
Thank you.
So the fact of the matter is, we're gonna help the people. That's what we do, because that's what we wanna do. We wanna help the people.
Thank you. Any other questions?
I have a question. Do you guys do, is it like walk-in referrals, or is it like a by appointment? For example, let's say, so I work at Southern Academy and we have parents that may, reach out to our social worker or to our counselor saying, they're having difficulty because, they just got laid off from a job, things like that. Is that something that, we, get in contact or something?
The best thing you can do is just tell them to come in. Just tell them to come in.
Okay.
Him and I, one of us are there. They will get serviced. They might have to wait. If we're busy, they might have to wait a couple of minutes, but they will get serviced. Usually, if there's somebody waiting in the front, we'll just tell them to send them to the back, have them take a seat, we'll check their name, see if they're a member. If they're not a member, we'll have them fill out the paperwork to become a member. While they're doing that, they're servicing the other client. Me and him get serviced. As many people as you said back there, we always tell you to come, send them back, because we know how to navigate, we know how to perform. So, you can just send them back.
And then another question, do you guys do like workshops, like just like information of like, what you guys?
Again, you will see all the flyers later. We're gonna have an open house on December 19th. We're having an open house, so they can come down and meet all the employees at the organization.
Awesome.
Also, they can come down anytime. They can either go to one of our events, like I said, building skills for construction. It would be at Mott Haven at the community center. We just got the space at the community center. This event right here, this is going to be at Mott Haven Community Center as well, but we also have an event on the 15th, 16th, 17th, and 23rd. And it's going to be for all three of the trainings. So we're trying to get as many people from the developments, from this area code, to get in the 60 seats that we got available. We're doing everything we can to get those 60 people in, right? So they could come to any one of those events. They can go to the community center, they can scan the QR code. There's always QR codes on our flyers. Any one of these flyers, they can scan the QR code. They can call. I can give you my business card.
Yeah,
we can do that as well. I don't have physical business card, but I have digital. So it's even better.
Yeah. Awesome. And we'll take one more question. Sure.
Thank you. One more. I
Give me two.
Oh, okay,
Two parters, okay.
Okay. Well, one question was, do you guys do any kind of employment or programming with SYEP? That was one of the questions I asked. Summer youth.
Okay.
And you guys didn't answer that, and I'll ask.
Okay, again, so for the youth, we can't really service them because they have to be 18 and over, right? For us to service them, right? But again, we do have Eastside House, which deals with, we have Cornerstone, we deal with summer youth. So if let's just say your person was a resident of Mott Haven, right? And they became a member. Their son or their daughter wants to be in a summer youth program. Since they're a member of our organization, guess who's going to fight for them to get their son or their daughter into that program?
Yeah.
So I will make sure they get in that program, especially if they're 16, 17. Like, I will make sure they get in that program. He will make sure. As long as they're a member, as long as they live in one of those three developments, I will push any string I can pull, to get them in. And that's just what I do.
Did you have a second part?
Yeah, I had one more question. You guys are obviously open to like doing events and stuff like that. Have you guys ever participated in any kind of networking events when it turns to
All the time. The Bronx News Office always invites us to take what the events. Workforce One always invites us to take what the events. DOCCS has invited us to take what the events. We go to libraries. We listen. We out there networking.
I would love to invite you guys to some networking.
And we would love to come.
Awesome. We love to come. I'll give you my card. I do it digital.
Okay.
Awesome.
So another thing we do, we apply for jobs on our own.
Oh yeah.
We submit our resume and apply for jobs and go on interviews because we want to know what the employers want out of the employees, so we can best navigate towards that.
Hands-on
That's-
research.
It's something we do.
Awesome.
And you know what it is too? If we have a train,
Yeah, we do.
It's funny, right? Because I got called today for an outreach specialist, right? And I know I don't remember applying for it, but I know I applied for so many jobs, and I have like 5 different resumes that I send out. One for maintenance, one for a porter, cooking, warehouse, outreach intake specialist, things like that. Because entry level, that's what you can really navigate to get somebody just graduating high school.
For sure.
Who's in college, things like that. So I applied. So the lady's like, Griffith, she says, I think you're overqualified. Just by the way you talk. I just started laughing. And I said, oh, thank you, man. But if you need any more work, just let me know. I'm a employment coordinator. I think you got the wrong number, but I will help you out. It was crazy to see.
Thank you so much. We've got to wrap this section, unfortunately, because of time. We've got to wrap it up.
No, we have to wrap it up.
This happens to me a couple.
But thank you. Yes, we've got to wrap. But what I'll say is, if anybody wants to connect with our amazing presenters, there'll be time to network at the end of the meeting.
Yes, and we'll give you our
Thank you
business
so
cards.
much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Right now. Yes, we got to get the next presenters up. So if you can leave them after the meeting. Okay, so our next presenters are from Storyland. Super excited about it. We have Ms. Salma Arzu Brown, the executive director, and we're so happy to have the Storyland team here. So yeah, they're going to be setting up, and while they set up for a moment, we can. You said you haven't.
I like this.
Yeah, if you want to start with them, we can. Now or later, but we got to keep moving. Unfortunately,
I'll move over here. You guys can see?
Thank you. Yes, we can. Thank you.
All right,
Floor is
good
yours.
evening, great evening, everyone. How are you?
Good evening.
All right, did I say good evening or great evening?
Great.
All right, that's what I'm talking about. That's the Storyland magic, okay? We don't use the word good when we go in there. We use the word great because why not, right? We're in the great borough of the Bronx, after all. So I am the co-founder and the executive director of Storyland, the Bronx Book Haven. It is the very first children's book lounge in all of New York State. We are the third space for kids, all right? All surrounded, centered around literacy and books. And our vision is to see children grow loving to read one dope book at a time. We go to the next slide. All right, Storyland really meets children where they are. We become their happy place. As soon as you go into Storyland, the kids are prompted to go onto the magical red carpet. That's the storefront school. All right, and they did an incredible video that's on our Instagram about their trip to Storyland. So Storyland has thus far seen over 1,300 students. We're only a year old, but programmatically, we're 7.5 months old. Our program consists of our signature class trip program. And this class trip program is where kids discover, share, write, create, and learn and have fun. Okay, we make reading fun. It is their reset space. When I was younger, I did not like to read at all. Then I discovered that I was an audible person. My dad used to always tell me stories. So I loved hearing stories, but I wouldn't like reading books. And if I had a place like Storyland, and Colleen will tell you, our colleague and my admin Leah here, I am reading more and more at the age of 40 plus than I've ever read when I was a kid, because I'm beginning to fall in love with how fun reading truly is. And I think the kids are inspiring me to do all of that. We go to the next slide. Okay, supporting student literacy and fostering a love for learning requires a multifaceted space. And Storyland is a 4,500 square foot space located at the Bronx Terminal Market Mall. We're lower level, wheelchair accessible. We're across the street from the Bronx Children's Museum and the new home of the Universal Hip Hop Museum. Okay, so we have a signature class trip program, which we believe is absolutely remarkable because it's everything I wish I had, but it puts everything in context. For example, as we go to the next, this is all the reasons why we do things, and you can read it for yourself. But you already know that the Bronx is the poorest congressional district. I think it was like 3 years ago. There was a place in Texas that kind of switched with us. They were number one, then we were number two. So it was a ridiculous fight, right? But nonetheless, We have 12 colleges and universities here, but a quicker pipeline to what? To poverty, and a quicker pipeline to incarceration. I love what you gentlemen do. When I was at BronxWorks many moons ago, I was actually tasked with finding formerly incarcerated fathers jobs. And I was very successful because it's about lending our credibility and taking those interviews before they take them, right? And giving them insights. So as soon as our kids go into Storyland, they are clapped in, okay? Because my volunteers and I literally practice how to smile and say, hi, welcome to Storyland. How are you? Like, we practice that before the kids come in, because it has to be a ray of sunshine, which is what they don't normally find in customer service outside of Storyland. So we prepare them. Then they get escorted to the magical red carpet. It's like a 25-foot red carpet. We call it the Sonia Sotomayor red carpet because Sonia Sotomayor herself came to the Bronx Terminal Market because they have a tribute for her there, and that was the red carpet she walked on. So our kids get to walk on that same red carpet. We know that the Bronx is the unhealthiest borough, continuously numbered 62 out of all the districts, it's not districts, counties in New York State. So we immediately start exercising with them, right? Because we have to plant that seed. And where did I see that? When my daughter got awarded a scholarship to go to a boarding school, they would exercise every day. It was just part of their ritual. So I know that it needs to be part of our ritual. Then we do mindful movement, mindful and positive affirmations. Why? Because we deal with mental health issues. The kids know they're brilliant, but we want to make sure they never forget that they're wonderfully made and fearfully made, right? So right after that, we introduce them to their rock star, which is an author. I myself am a children's book author. I published my book 10 years ago. It's called Bad Hair Does Not Exist. My second one was called My Hair Comes With Me, Shifting the Paradigm of What Success Looks Like, which catapulted me into a whole entire beautiful space where I got to be a speaker on the importance of inclusivity. I became a mentor for the very first collection of 100% written by Latinos for Scholastic. Everybody here is familiar with Scholastic. So I am the first Afro-Latina to be a part as a mentor for that collection alongside John Leguizamo and Tatiana Ali. But I'll tell you this, I went in there as a proud Garifuna woman, immigrant, born in Honduras, raised in the South Bronx, and still living in the South Bronx. So this is who the kids are getting. After that, we do themed breakout session because our goal is to make reading fun. We go to the next slide. Our goal is to make reading absolutely fun. And how do we make reading fun? How are the books selected? They got to relate to the kids, right? They have to, the authors need to look like the kids, need to have a similar background. They need to be able to relate. So my sweet spot is definitely the independent authors, although we've had published authors come through Storyland. So right after that, we also, we do a theme breakout session that goes directly into the book that we just read. This book right here, What's Cool About Braille Code School, written by Grace, is it Grace Bonilla? Yeah, Grace Benedict, was about her son Wani, who is legally blind. So in the breakout session, the kids got to learn how to write their names in Braille. But what Grace and her son Wani did not know is that we actually purchased Braille dots. So we had the kids write their names in Braille dots, and Wani got to go around reading their names and now engaging with the kids to the point that pretty much all the kids wanted to learn Braille and they wanted to teach Braille to other kids, right? So we find different ways in engaging them with books. We also know that we have a food desert in the Bronx, and with the issue that we're dealing, we don't know where our kids and families are going to get their next meal. So that program also includes a full meal for the kids. And how do we do it? We have table assignments as though they're going to a banquet, because we got to get them prepared for when they have to go and get honored in a banquet because they've done something great for the community. And we bring the food to them and escort them to their tables, right? So they get treated like celebrities and the A-listers that they are for us. I remember going into the world outside of the Bronx and I had major imposter syndrome. So we figure if we give it to the kids now, they know that the Bronx gave it to them first, and they know that they're well deserving of it. We also make sure that the kids walk all around and get to sit in our fabulous, beautiful spaces. And everything that's in Storyland has been 100% donated. So I'm gonna show a video momentarily where you'll be able to see the space, and what we're about. So this is a 2-hour, and right before they leave that program that I'm describing, they all get to walk away with one complimentary book. In Storyland, we do not use the word free because sometimes in our communities, free can imply cheap quality, right? But we want to make sure that the kids understand and expand their vocabulary. No, there's another way. This is not like whatever's free is good for me. No, ma'am, no, sir. This came from somebody's beautiful heart that thought about you and thought you were worth it, right? And deserving of it, because you are. So you get a complimentary autographed copy of the book. We're not a library. You don't need a membership card. We're not a bookstore. You will never purchase books in Storyland. Every child that comes through Storyland, they get to walk away with one complimentary book at a time, one dope book at a time. This is our 2-hour program. We get anywhere between 30 to 50 students, and we partner directly with the schools, the DOE. We're located at this point in District 7, but we've seen about 1,000 kids from District 7, and the other 300 plus have come from different parts of the city and different boroughs already. We are a registered vendor for the DOE, so these class trips do come at a cost, but in the DOE has a line item for literacy, educational, outside of the classroom. So we go through the DOE. A family will never ever have to pay to come into Storyland. All right. But we also open up the weekends. Once the second Saturday of every month, we have something called Read and Rave, where it's literally a rave, right? But we center it around literacy. So we partner with an organization called Be True to You. They have a full DJ set for us, and they dress up in bumblebees and what's Sir Wawa? He's the dog, and they read to the kids and they have fun and they dance with the kids. So we're gonna keep this going as much as we possibly can. We gotta change that number because we serve more by this time. You can go to the next slide. All right, and this is what some folks had to say about Storyland. Rosie is a Read and Rave participant. She's actually what we call a repeat raver. They come all the time. Storyland is a place where we can dance, read books, and have fun, right? We have Maria Aviles Ramos, the chancellor. Thank you. Melissa. Oh my God. Yeah. Melissa, we got to change that. It was me. I keep saying Maria, and I know it's Melissa, right? So that's not like that on the website, right? I think it's Melissa on the website. Thank you, Storyland, the Bronx Book Haven, and author Adria Quinones for sharing in the joy of reading with us. And thank you to former Chancellor Dr. Michelle Porter for joining me and New York City Public School staff. Reading opens doors to new worlds, new ideas, and possibility. That's why I was thrilled to read aloud with students in the Bronx for a beautiful celebration of Storyland, right? So we bring like the best people possible to come through, and we've also have children's book authors. But I can talk till I'm blue, and I'd love for you guys to see a video that will explain the program a little bit further. How do we go to the video?
Escape. The next thing.
This is state of the art.
Yes. I think right after the video, you can go to Q&A. Water. Yes. Thank you.
Okay, there we go.
Welcome back. This is a topic that is near and dear to my heart. It's books, because I'm self-educated. I don't know where I would be without books. They are sort of the greatest gifts that we human beings have given to each other and ourselves, and they're very important to me because they remind me of how I became a smarter, more intelligent person. I'm still a crazy goofball, don't get me wrong, but books will change your life.
Yeah, they will, and we want everyone to have access to it, right? So a while back, Sunny, you and Judy learned about the most amazing organization called the Bronx Book created. We got to feature them here, right?
Yes. So Storyland, if you remember, they are the first children's book lounge in the Bronx. They're in charge of just really helping these children grow into literacy. I really wanted to go visit them and give them a little surprise. Take a look.
I like Storyland because reading makes me smarter. It's so fun to be here. It's like a second home to me.
Last year, we told you about Storyland.
Our vision is to see children grow loving to read.
It's a children's book lounge and literacy hub right here in the Bronx. Their goal is to raise the literacy rate and then also get kids to fall in love with reading. We thought we would revisit and give a chat to our girl, Sulma Arzu Brown, and see how it's been since then. How have you been?
Absolutely amazing. I just want to say thank you so much for coming here to the Bronx. Can I get a
Listen, this is lovely. I remember last year when you were at Drew and we were talking about all the great things you do here in the Bronx at Storyland.
Thank you for being who you are and doing what you do. $25,000 took us to a whole nother level since you guys highlighted us. And we've seen over 1,200 students walk through the doors. Can I show you in persona? Ya tú sabes. All right, let's do this. This is one of the core components of our Class Trick program. What the kids are working on is a theme breakout session, how to write for a comic book, how to draw themselves as a comic book superhero. We have one of our first young authors, Enyo Miranda here.
I wrote a comic book called Ground Teeth about a mutated shark.
This is so cool. I remember you telling me about all the different areas of Storyland, and behind us on the red carpet, I see the children doing what you call a mindful moment.
We bring their minds and their bodies together to make sure that they're in touch with the brilliance that they have inside of them. And we're so grateful to J-Dub Dance Academy that has been our partners. They are mindful movement facilitators.
Tell me what your goal is here with the kids.
Oh, absolutely. For them to find their life. For them to know that they have a life and a purpose.
Did you guys like your mindful movement? Yeah. What is like the most rewarding part of this for you?
I think honestly is the joy that they experience at the end of the day.
Awesome. All right, show me more.
Yeah. So every child, when they come here, they get to meet a real life author.
How do you feel about these young readers?
Oh my God, they are wonderful. They're really like the reason why we do this. They're reading, they're writing, they're learning, and places like Storyland make that happen.
I love this.
Let me tell you, the community is really resonating with what it is that we're doing here. This is one of my favorite spots. I call it the Mother's Reading Room. They can come here, take a book, and go home. They don't have to return the book at all. Love that. These are the books from ages 0 to 4, so expecting parents can come and read to their babies. Expecting parents? Expecting parents, because we got to start reading the books from the baby girl. We also feed our kids. There is no way our kids need to read hungry or learn hungry. So when they come to Storyland, we're going to make sure their bellies are full and happy.
This is a great tour of Storyland. But we have one more thing. Can you get the kids kind of corralled together for us?
One more thing. All right, kids, come over here.
So I wanted to bring you guys a surprise. And Sulma, I was just so inspired by you in Storyland last season. So this season we decided to up the ante. And thanks to a Kids Co, they have generously donated 2,000 books worth over $30,000.
This is incredible. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
You're doing it.
You know how many more kids are gonna come? Everybody coming. But wait, we have a surprise for you. Happy season number 6. There's always treats in Storyland. Books and treats.
I love that.
Just like this cake, everyone here is so truly sweet. Storyland, thank you so much for having us, but truly, thank you for what you do for all of us young readers and authors, right, y'all? I want some cake too.
everybody. Check them out. We are big fans of them here. And then next up, Sunny's gonna
All
get
right.
some.
So that was the second time we've been on the Drew Barrymore Show, and this explains Storyland in a nutshell. We have been supported by that $25,000, and then the support of a lot of community members. My church community was the first one to be able to purchase books for the kids that we brought in. It's just been really grateful. I'm really grateful to have been used as a vessel for God's impactful work, for something He's always seen inside of me, and I got to now share it with my whole entire community. So that is, I believe Storyland is very sacred territory, especially for our kids.
I'm glad you did.
We're gonna open it up to questions. I remember you said you had. You want to kick us off?
So Storyland, if you want to visit like outside of the school, you would come on the second Saturday of the month.
We have bookmarks. It'll tell you the days of operation. That'll go around. So we open Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and we consider Friday book and reserve, which means if there's a community organization that does not have funding to reserve a space for their meeting, we offer 2-hour complimentary, and they can meet at Storyland on Fridays. And Fridays is when we take advantage and do a lot of admin work. I take Sundays and Mondays off. But thank you. But the best time to come, I always say, come Saturday 11 to 4. When we do host these 2-hour class trips, we do close to the public for the safety of the kids.
Any other questions? I've got one. Go ahead, Joyce.
Is there room or space for volunteer opportunities for perhaps like teenagers that are in the community that maybe attend some of the District 7 schools, like they can do after school, even on the Saturdays?
Book inventorying, or
100%. The answer is yes. We're always in need of volunteers, and they'll communicate with our admin, Leah, to get some volunteers. We always need help all the time. Yeah.
If they go onto the website, I think on the bookmark here, you see on the website, you go to the contact us page, you scroll down, you'll see where seeking volunteers, and it'll tell you who to email, what to include, include volunteer in the subject line, and then it tells you what information you might want to hear, so that then we can get back to you and follow up. Because there's lots of different things, from facilitating and class trip to just generally making sure that the space is safe. And
a lot. We need a lot of help. That's our Carlene. She is our business advisor and education advisor at Storyland.
Yeah, I'll ask a question. Well, first, I just want to thank you. It's amazing. As a teacher, I'm on the other end where I work with 9th graders here in the Bronx. And, just like you say in your data, there's so many students who are struggling below grade level. And I love what you say here, that, we need our schools to do more than implement new curricula. It's so important that we have science of reading aligned curricula, evidence-based curricula. I know District 7 is making strides with South Bronx Literacy Academy. I don't know if you've heard great schools in the district that are really moving the needle, but we do need to build, emotionally safe spaces where students are having fun and enjoying. So it's amazing. And I wanted to thank you for your leadership and ask, is it elementary school only in terms of the kids that you work with, or does it go to middle school or elementary only?
All right, that's a really good question. Our sweet spot is K through 5th.
Okay.
We do have teachers visits wherein if the older students are doing a project in the school and they want to take them outside the school to go present their project or to do the final days of their project, they have come to Storyland to do that. We do the same with the high school students. We are looking to open this we do it at the early stage because it's important to embed the fun of reading at a very early age. However, we need to give them give the older students continuity. Like and the way we want to position the authors is to give the students the journey, not so much read the kids' book, but talk to them about the journey of honoring your authentic self, seeing a problem in the community and doing something about it, and now impacting the community. And so the gentleman, Griff, I'm so inspired by you because we have what we call an Exemplary Men series,
Oh, wow.
which is all boys centered around the Legends of Hip Hop children's book, right? And instead of having a theme breakout session directly related to the books, we do read the books, we introduce them to the author, but we do power chats with Exemplary Men. And I think I'd love to take the opportunity to invite you both to be one of our Exemplary Men to do a breakout session with one of the kids. It's just been incredible. One of the men that did the breakout session with us, his name is Mo, the Cookie Monster, and he was actually a corrections officer at Rikers Island, and he kept baking cookies for his coworkers, and his coworkers said to them, "You're in the wrong business." So now he's an entrepreneur, and the treats that the kids are now getting during Storyland are Cookie Monsters treats to go along with their lunch. So it's magical. Leah says it's the Storyland magic.
Can you ask the second question? You mentioned like spaces, like meeting spaces or different schedules. Could there be an avenue for high dosage tutoring or a space time available if kids need a place to go for like phonics tutoring or reading tutoring within? Have there been any conversations about that? Because sometimes a lot of schools, they close after school, kids don't know where to go, but it looks like a beautiful space for tutoring. It's just been something we've been talking about as a community, tutoring for struggling readers. But it's cool to say like different organizations can partner throughout the week depending on what might be needed. So that could be a place to collaborate.
100%. This is why I'm here today, along with the Class Trip program. We are on phase 2 of trying to get the word out still.
Okay.
So the community can take advantage of the space and bring those productive programs to Storyland. Again, we purposely left Fridays available. So, and spreading the word. No one has taken me up on that Friday offer. So I'm looking for some folks to take me up on that offer to come and Storyland for a 2-hour window for tutoring. It would be incredible. Colleen would like to also add to that question.
For sure.
One of the challenges when you're a new organization is be able to track something that we respond when we start up and become more robust. So our thing is, we have a plan. And it is not trying to spread ourselves too thin.
Right.
But for everybody that walks in, we need staff, we need people that can't be reliant totally on volunteers. So we're here to really build a relationship with communities and then understand how we could potentially plumb certain dollars that might be able to underwrite a specific program that we could do so that, you know, the core, as Sula said, the sweet spot is like the young age.
Yeah.
That's our sweet spot. But that's not to say that it's excluding anything else, but we have to be careful that we can be really strategic about what that is. So that if there is a tutoring thing, and if we were to pilot something on a Friday afternoon, we'd have to really understand what the shape of that was going to be, where we wanted to go with it, so that we would really have a story to tell that would attract the funding to be able to continue.
Thank you so much. Awesome. Any other?
And we're selective with partners, by the way, because they have to come in with light, be able to share their light, and receive light from the kids. We're very selective.
So important. Any other questions from the team? Yes.
I just have one more question. How do you address a child who's already decided that they don't like reading?
You know, it's interesting. We've gotten a couple of kids who have already decided that they don't like reading, and then I show them a graphic novel that was written by a kid their age. Life change.
Wow.
Life change.
Wow.
If you don't like reading, you know what? Can you help me in the microphone? Come help me announce some things. You know what I mean? We literally meet them where they are. Because if they don't like reading, they might like the microphone. I'm a talker, right? So I'm like, I'm a chew, right? So if they don't like reading, you know, let's open up this coloring book that has a lot of words. Oh my God, is that word beautiful? Is that word amazing? You know, like there's different ways to get the child interested. Yeah. We just tried the different combinations, see what works.
Yes. Anybody attending the meeting today got a question? Sure. Start at the end and then work away.
I was just wondering how you guys tackle language barriers for kids.
Oh, language.
So volunteers are bilingual. At least definitely there's always a bilingual volunteer. And I remember we did a a series with 3 times Emmy Award nominee Trey Baker, young kid now attending Harvard University, just came out with his book. He did a 2-day spoken word series with the kids, right? So there was this one little girl in the whole entire group, and she was very, very shy. So one of our volunteers, who happened to be in education years ago, went up to her, and the little girl started speaking in Spanish. And the little girl expressed to him that she understands everything that has been said, but the poem is only coming out of her in Spanish. So we said to her, we need you to, por favor, puedes escribir tu poema en español. So she's on our Instagram reciting her poem in Spanish, and I'm translating the poem. And then it was one of the most beautiful poems. So we honor language. You can't go into Storyland and say, Suma, where can we find books about dogs? It's culturally curated. The goal is for your kids to see themselves, right? So we need books where kids can see themselves, and that's how we're curated.
Awesome.
Yeah, special stories.
Awesome.
Individual stories.
Any other questions on this? Sure, you can go first.
So-
Okay.
How do you handle special need kids?
That is, that's something that I get asked a lot of. We've had special needs kids. We eventually want to have the budget to have like sensory toys and sensory organs, to just be mindful of them. A lot of times they come with their is it para? What is it called? A teacher that's assigned. Yeah. So we have some toys there. Like if they need to do certain things, we give it to them. We don't have a lot. We also let the teachers know ahead of time that it could get loud in here. So if they have their noise canceling headphones, it's best that they bring it, because we cannot provide it at this time. We do also have volunteers that are autistic to help with the kids, right? So if you guys know like an adult autistic person that is loving and sweet, they're more than welcome to come volunteer at Storyland, and I eventually want to make that into a paid position. So because everybody needs to make a living.
So I knew he was gonna ask that question because his grandson is autistic and my son is autistic and they're the same age, right? But if you see my son and he sees a book, he will sit with his legs folded and act like he's reading. It's crazy. Yeah, he's crazy. Well, my question.
We're gonna need that too. When people come in, please get off the phone. It is a disconnect zone. So we ask parents to, if you're gonna be here with your kids, put your phone away and disconnect.
My question was, right, have you networked with libraries and other organizations like Eastside House or things of that nature? Because Eastside House has a lot of schools incorporated within the organization, right? I definitely can see a potential collaboration with the two, with your organization and that one. So I just wanted to know that you're networking with different organizations.
For sure. So programmatically, we've been in existence for 7 months. We've literally been planning this out from scratch. The blessing that we've received is that we were able to get introduced to the executive director of District 7, and they've been able to bring their superintendents and principals to have meetings out of Storyland. So this is I think the first networking that we have done, right? So now we have a presentation in which we're gonna fix Melissa's name, right? And now we're coming out to the community. Now we're ready. We also have District 8 principals and educators coming in December 18th into Storyland. So we're lining up some meetings with some districts to come introduce what we do, but if you have a connection with them, we'd love to be introduced.
My mind is running.
No, let it run. I'm gonna give you our phone number. I'm gonna give you the card with my personal cell number because it's gonna change in 2026. No more personal number on my business card.
So anybody else have a question here? Good.
Yeah, so first of all, let me just say super amazing work that you're doing. There's a couple of things that come to mind off rip. I work with 3 different organizations that are already in the DOE, and one of them is in 40 different schools, chess after school program, and he's always open to helping people facilitate more connections inside of 5 boroughs. That's something that I would love to just alley your way.
Yes.
There's a couple of other things that I am thinking about, in particular when it comes to reading literacy as well as hip hop, because you guys are right there next to the hip hop museum, and there's certain things that I would love to speak to you, like just off to the side about on that regard. And my final question again is, do you guys work with the DYCD, SYEP?
We will eventually. I love sourcing. I mean, I was a Java developer, right? So I love sourcing my interns. Every intern I've had since my executive director of the Garifuna Coalition years ago to director of operations of the New York City Hispanic Chamber of Commerce for 7+ years, executive director of the Bronx Tourism. I can tell you that I have a track record with my interns, turn mentees, turn great friends. They're doing so. I source, right? I source because the dream is bigger now, right? I was just sharing. I've been sharing it all day. I don't know why my spirit's telling me to keep sharing this dream. Remember how Oprah used to be like, "And you get a car, and you get a car, and you get a car." I have to build this community camaraderie to such a way that I can gift a Storyland to one of these kids we're building. You know, so it just became so much bigger. So I know, like, Summer Youth gets dollars. I want to get those dollars for Storyland, so I don't have to go through a third party, right? I want to be able to vet the kids. But if you have any exemplary or not, and I'm not talking about 4.0 GPA, I'm talking about just heart, love, and tenacity and grit, like the Bronx way, right? Like authenticity. So that's what we look for.
We'll talk about it. Also, my last final question. I have a couple of friends who are authors, right?
Yes.
Can we talk
Yes.
about bringing them in, bringing their books in there? I would love to get them in there.
Yes.
Go on the website, submission.
There's an author submission form. We vet the authors. We talk to the authors. We want to see where their hearts are. And then, I mean, I get excited for authors. So, yeah.
Yeah, so that tool just kind of pre-screens, you know, what we need to see in order to be able to get to the next level.
Awesome.
Selected.
So, yes. Thank you so much.
Thank
you so much for your time.
I know you guys are gonna thank you. You guys are gonna talk about literacy, so we represent one dope book at a time. If you guys have any like young people in your lives, we wrote one dope book for a young person in your life. Okay, and these are the books donated from the Drew Barrymore show. You have a
thank
bookmark
you.
there and all that good stuff. I think we're
awesome.
Thank you so much for your
Thank
time.
you.
Thank
Everybody, just really, really amazing things happening in the community, and it was so great to learn more from our presentations this evening. Now we're just going to quickly transition to old business, and then after that we'll adjourn. So it's 7:23. We now just want to transition to old business, and this is just an opportunity for our committee to talk a little bit about our ongoing initiatives. That's the book exchange, which kicked off this weekend. It was a great start, a great success. And then in addition to the book exchange, we can also allot some time to talk about any other upcoming programs.
Well, the autism workshop series, we
Totally.
need to make some decisions around that.
Yeah. So where do you all want to start? Perhaps with the book exchange and then to autism workshop? Yeah. Okay. So for everybody who's here, our community board has been working on a book exchange initiative. We were posted up outside of the office. We've gotten hundreds of book donations so far. People coming from all over the community. And our vision is to give a book and get a book. So we'd love to continue to collaborate. And it was a great start on Saturday with good weather. And we're collecting data in a spreadsheet to keep track of donations, who stops by.
Book
and we're hoping
titles.
this will be, book titles. And we're hoping that this will be the first and third Saturday every single month going through the spring and beyond. So we're hoping to keep it regular, in conversation with the 3rd Avenue bid to bring this to the hub area, the plaza, Roberto Clemente Plaza, try to activate the hub in the new year. And so we just wanted to chat and touch base around next steps and anything we need to do to prepare for the next one coming up.
Well, I think one of the things when we debriefed following, we had decided that because we're interacting with so
Festival
many
movement, yeah.
people, it's such a great opportunity to then promote our next event. So
Right.
we need to have our flyers like prepared, and our next main event will be the workshop, our series 1 of the autism. I'm sorry, the first workshop for the autism awareness series of workshops that we
Right.
plan to host throughout our season, throughout our, this particular term. So wanting to finalize that, but also finalize other flyers that will be helpful in promoting the committee's agenda items. So, making sure that we're committed to the flyer to, encourage people to come back on the 1st and 3rd, share how people can donate, because there's a lot of people who have books at home that want to get read. And that was the whole purpose. I think in one case, there was a family that actually came back and said, these are some books that I have. And they were some good books, like great titles, right? And then we also said too, the question is, how can we be intentional in collecting even like books written in Spanish,
Right.
and then also books that may be more tailored to poetry that would address some of the interests that people who came by had.
Yes.
Yeah.
I see we also discussed like little document stands, plastic stands. I think we said
To help sort
adult,
books.
kids,
We
children,
definitely need more tables,
More
right?
tables.
So I think Steph said she will donate a table, and then I'm willing to purchase a table that's foldable, just so that it'd be easier instead of like these. I know we could use the table that's in here, but it's not as right. We were using both of them to count books, like right. They were occupied, but I'm also just thinking about like we've become mobile in terms of like going elsewhere. What would be easy to carry, put in a car, set up somewhere else,
the wagon,
right?
Right.
Nobody got back to me what wagon they want.
Right, we talked about the wagon. I see the carpet table set to be able to have things potentially. Literacy is liberation, maybe on the banner or creating. I know Steph was interested in working on a banner.
Well, we need a banner, but none of us are like graphic artists. So, does anyone have a skill of that sort that can create like a for free? Like we have no money, no exchange. This is like you adult, like this is community service.
If you guys send me what you guys want, right? Like as far as the logo that you guys need on the flyer. Like, I mean, it's the community board book exchange banner, right?
Yes.
You guys want? Yeah, so that's, I mean, it's not hard.
We'll touch the face. Awesome.
Some of us are not very artistic.
Yes.
Yeah, right. It may not sound difficult, but like, this is a skill. People make, you know what I mean? So that's what I.
Sure. And one other thing we noted was some sort of sign up form for volunteers to continue to join us and prepare to plug this at the end, the general meeting coming.
Right. And also invite board members to donate.
And invite board.
Right.
Yeah. Did you have? Yes.
Yeah. But what you said sounds very interesting. I'm not a TV fan personally. I just the radio whole lot. And what we come over the radio is they say that in 2026 the United States is going to be pushed to commemorate the 250th anniversary, which goes straight to the heart, which is the book, and how the United States got started, and so forth. Because I have my own personal journal, and I keep on telling the youngsters out here, have your own journal, write down your studies, and possible, learn about the legacy of your family, grandparents, great-grandparents, as far back as you can go. Because there are organizations out there that will assist you to do that. Not only that, they will assist you to write your own book, what's called Geological Society, and this organization called the Wilson Star. They have a chapter right here in the Bronx.
It's really cool. Perhaps that could be, an organization or a group that we can connect with as we keep this going.
Yeah.
We're really trying to think about, resources, constituents, like really plugging in with partners who can plug and help us to make it a successful event. Please, please feel free to connect us for sure. And so, we've got some action items here and just getting ready to promote this. Show some pictures. There were also reporters there who were taking pictures. They might write stories. So that's so exciting. And
we had the school, students, what were they, second graders make bookmarks to give out.
So awesome.
It was a great event.
It was a really great event. So I'll definitely be working on like a little sign up form, a Google form for participants. And then, yeah, we're prepared to plug at the general meeting, and I guess we can continue to try to have our little like virtual meetings to keep prepping and preparing.
I did have a question. What
Yes.
with the schedules? Because remember we had
Yes.
to like volunteers and stuff like
Yes.
to see, and we still didn't get response.
In terms of like
The
volunteers.
days that are coming from the 1st and the 3rd.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Yeah,
already
what else
set
do
up
we
in the
do?
spreadsheet as one of the tabs.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I updated it to put
To
the
sign up.
Saturdays.
Okay.
You
so
know,
we
put
can
the
really,
so people can start signing up,
that's great.
and that's on the shared.
In that shared spreadsheet we
Mhm.
have, that'll be great, just to keep it sustainable, so we can switch it up. We have people
But I
doing-
think the goal was to always have like a committee member
Yes.
present.
Yes.
Right, and then other additional volunteers like Jackie, two, three,
Right.
five people.
Right.
That was helping with inventory, and
Mhm.
there's definitely people who wants to support. But,
1,000%. So we'll definitely, we'll
so maybe we should
continue
have
to
either we have the form available at the board meeting,
I can
general board
definitely
meeting,
have that ready.
or like have a sign up or something.
Yeah.
People can sign up.
even like a QR code,
Mhm.
people can, okay.
Well, I don't know how to do all that QR code.
I can definitely.
Okay.
I can take care of that for you.
I'm super
You got
basic.
it. Okay. That's great.
Super
And then,
basic.
sorry, did you have
Right, so I wanted to, exactly what I wanted to think about
Yeah.
the chair, so I wanted to, and Ms. Popis picked up on something that if we could hyperlink that link to the, so that we can share it also on the community board website.
Okay.
To encourage-
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, yeah, that would be
Are
great.
we looking for members and and community members? Or
Yeah.
or is
it
it
could
only
be.
members, one member at least available, and then broadcast the need for volunteers?
That's
I
right.
want to send the assignment.
It's one
that's
committee.
right.
We said it was one committee member and then one outside volunteer. As
Okay.
long
At
as every
least per,
per book event, it has to be a committee.
Okay.
totally, totally.
So what
Great.
the hyperlink, Ms. Popis, is for board members or for everyone?
No, the hyperlink. I don't think
That was just
Christina made it yet for
Not
the
yet,
for the
not
form.
yet. For the-
Yeah, we wouldn't be sharing the spreadsheet.
Not
That
straight, it would
no,
just be a
but
more public facing site,
Uh-huh.
and then we transfer that
Yeah, so
data.
when you're ready, I will be happy
For
to
sure.
broadcast it that way.
For sure. And then we can now maybe transition to our discussion of the January word.
Yes.
we need to confirm a date.
So it was January 24th.
Okay.
Okay.
That was the date we had confirmed on Stephanie's agenda. We're gonna have our first resource event. What's gonna happen is we're connecting with different companies in our area that have services for kids on the spectrum. Not only autism, autism is our main one, but right now we're looking for anything. Autism, blind, deaf, anything, any ability that's in the area. So we just found out the school in Tinson, autism school. No one knew about, so we'll have them over. There's a lot of resources. The door has programs as well that we weren't aware of. So it's just basically bringing all these resources here so that families could know, look, it's there, it's available. It's just no
So,
one's being informed.
What time Saturday, the 24th?
We didn't pick a time.
So should we talk about that?
Yes,
Are
we
we-
have to pick the time today. Our well, how many people we have is should we get? We can have 5 different presenters, or we could just stick with little presenters. All of that.
And then, cause okay, so and identifying like a specific time that will determine like how many presenters you can really have, right? And then, but let's just say this is the first one.
That's
There's
the
going to be
first one.
multiple
Yes.
ones. So, what do you want? Like, I guess
We
the
could do,
focal
like,
point to be
First
is this like
3.
an intro
We could
to
do like the first 3. We could do 3 first. We could do like 1 clinic, 1 school, and 1 after school.
what should I guess the theme of the meeting be focused around? Like, what will that series, that first series of the workshop
That one is just
be?
for the first. We've always said the first one is going to be the one to letting them know the services that's offered in the area.
So it'll be an introduction of what's
yes,
here.
Yes.
So
yes, it's a resource.
So I'm wondering then if it should be just inviting different organizations that are in the area to come to share who they are, where they're located, what they offer, and maybe ask if they have like a flyer too.
Yes.
That they can,
And build a
like
partnership,
a
yes.
series
Yes.
of like presenters
Mhm.
coming in like that.
Yes. Definitely.
Okay.
Okay.
We're gonna have the parks as well eventually one time to see what is taking so long with St. Mary's, because that was another program that they had in there we don't have no more. The Sciences Community Center is another program in the area. YMCA is another one that offers again that no one knows about.
So what time are you thinking?
If it's we could do like 1, like we always do.
So at Because the pantry will be
Well,
over
the
by
pantry's
then,
at, the
right?
pantry ends at 12, right? Like 11,
It
12.
varies, but most
But I know the
12 to
latest
12,
is 12.
12:30, yeah,
Because you want time to set up, right? So 12. So 1 o'clock is the event will start, and we'll ask people to come in. We'll have ask presenters to be in by 12:15, 12:30.
Yeah, you could do that because while they're outside, you can set up inside.
Awesome.
We just need to know for staffing, I need to know details so I can be able to assign staff, and then what the setup will be. The Plus Pantry now is coordinated inside, given the weather, and I like the
Everybody gonna have to put it in.
Okay. Would it do you think it'd be helpful, Jackie? Would you like similar to how we had our little Google Meet
Yes,
meeting?
definitely.
Do you think we
We
want to try to
definitely need
schedule?
that.
You can take okay. Whatever
When?
you think, you can let us know what availability, and we'll be there to support in that planning meeting.
And we do it through WhatsApp.
Awesome. Awesome. Anybody else have
Anyone-
thoughts on
anyone-
either of these projects? They're kicking up off the ground.
I want to
We're
bring up
excited
another
for sure.
point.
Well, I do know one thing. I remember you used to have music classes in public schools. They cut them out. And they teach how to educate, but not only how to play this, but also how to read sheet music. Cause a whole lot of, let's go straight to hip hop. A whole lot of people, hip hop actually started during the jazz period back in the 20s. So when we had to sit down and study it, what they did up here in the Bronx, they reintroduced when they took the musical instruments out of the public school system. Cause it used to be a music store right on the street over there. Used to sell music instruments. I still got my drumsticks and my rubber pad up in the closet. Well, back in the 7th grade and so forth. And I still know the 7 moves of the trombone. I still never got the trombone. Just practice it. But that is, you do have youngsters that have musical inclined.
Yes,
And
yes.
so forth.
It's
And
true.
not only that, just,
Yes.
based on that video, the stage presence, how to take yourself and make it one of the most difficult things out here that I learned a long time ago is get in front of a group of people and make a presentation.
That's
And when you
right.
take yourself and play it back, if you don't like what you see on that film or what you don't like what you see looking back at you when you stand in front of that mirror, how else you gonna get your point across?
That's right. That's right. I feel that might connect. I know job fair conversations are going to come up later, but we're thinking about ways to plug resources in so that young people can access them for sure. It's so important.
We
Thank
got
you.
the microphone.
For
We
sure.
got to take one that and give the youngsters their own individual take and so
Yeah.
forth. And then they can write down their own experience.
I love
So
it.
you talking about
I
chess?
love it. I love it. It's so connected.
Because chess is
For sure.
because chess is a mathematical equation quite together.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
so now we can say on the
because
game.
For sure.
You
Say
Yeah.
the name of the
You
meeting.
got 64 squares and 16 pieces. And the name of the game, what I do is to stop your opponent from making the move they want to
Yeah.
make. Because only you can move a certain
Thank
way.
you. Thank you so much. I saw that your hand was raised too, and then we'll probably have to.
And
Yeah,
one
but
last point.
I just gotta move on just
No,
for
we'll
time
do
because
it.
we're
Order,
almost at time. I'm so
order.
sorry.
Madam Chair.
Go ahead.
What I have in my mind is
Go ahead. I called on you first, and then you can go after. Go ahead.
So I was I noticed that this party center right next to us
Yeah.
is going out of business. They have 50% off everything. I stopped in there the other day, but like for tables or any structure items, if y'all send exactly like what furniture we're looking for these different events, like I'm really good with scouting and stuff, so I don't mind like
Appreciate
also,
that.
I'm
Thank
so
you.
sorry.
I'm so sorry. I just wanted to get
No,
you
no,
first, and
go
then you
ahead.
can go after.
Go
Sure.
ahead. Yeah.
Just to piggyback on what she said, you guys can actually go to Material for the Arts. If you guys have ever heard of it, it's in Queens, and they provide a crap ton of different materials. And they get a lot of stuff donated from different television
cool.
networks and stuff like that.
Thank you. Okay, anything you'd like to share?
Yeah, what I want to see, and thanks for all the participants, all the good members. I want to make a motion to adjourn today's meeting.
No, I don't agree with that. I have something else to talk
There-
about.
Yes,
No,
yes,
no,
yeah, it's a big meeting. It's the only meeting we have a long time, so we gotta go through everything.
So-
also we could like as far as your tables and stuff, we could look up. I know you said maybe buying one so that way we can transport it, but we could look at renting the table. You know, sometimes people
Yes.
rent tables for like $15 to deliver it and they pick it up.
I just need for us to keep so that, it
Yeah,
would just
like
be,
we always
you know what I
have it.
mean? Like we'll always have it. for other events and for other use that the board can use as well. That's what we were coming from. And then we'll only, whatever purchase, most of the purchase will just be a donation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Joyce has something else.
Yes.
The other thing.
Oh, excellent. Okay, let's focus in on anything else we want to discuss.
I also wanted to just raise just a concern with committee members' attendance and wondering if this is the ideal time for us to meet, because if we were to have to vote on something and in the future and what have you, we're not even meeting quorum, right? So I'm wondering if if we can have a conversation about confirming when our monthly meetings are, because our season's very short, right?
Yeah.
It's December, we end in June, and really thinking about how we can maximize the committee. I also know that at one point, Jackie, you had inquired about more members, because it's the same people who are doing things, which is fine, right?
Yeah.
Everyone's doing things because they want to. But when we work in collaboration, it makes things even more grander. And again, we're just, interested in supporting the community and as a whole. So really thinking about is this the best time? Should we try and consider another time that will allow, our chair to be present, that will allow the other names on this committee? I don't know who Reyes Claudio is.
Yeah, because we already our fourth meeting and it's been the same people. So I understand everybody has a job we all do, but we here to make things happen, to make a change. It's not just about showing up to meeting and that's it. We need to figure out if there's people that actually want to join our team, but they can't because we have our committee, but we have so many people that don't even show up. So we need to figure out if I put in the bylaws, it says by 3 absence, you remove. So we need to go back to we need to go to the rules and stick to it.
For sure. Can I
Yeah.
ask?
Yes. Speak to yeah. If
potentially
So,
scheduling or whatever
sure.
have you?
Sure.
I'm sorry, Joyce,
Can
can you help me?
Good? All right.
Before you guys leave, sorry, I got it for you guys.
All right, so to speak to that directly, the executive committee will be meeting next week, and the full board chair is aware, and we're making some revisions as soon as they directly speak to this. The committee's operations is able to not move forward because one, not constant participation from actual board members, and two, for not actual for participation for public members. And so we definitely, this is something I think we've talked passionately about in the past, and it is an issue that we definitely resonates with the staff and with the executive committee, and it's be something that we're going to be taking up. It is something that your chair has been directed to speak to at the upcoming executive committee meeting. Executive committees are open, so if people can come and be able to listen to.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. I'll definitely be in the
Two of the board members on this, but executive committee are the chairs of different committees. But to definitely, I understand the frustration because we spoke about it from all the events we've had, going back as far as I don't know, the committee as far as the job fair and how unfair it is for us to put our resources and our time in, and then while we're excited about what we're doing, we need more participation. The same people are coming to the table. So yes,
and I don't think it's a thing of fairness though. It's just we just want to be accurate and who's a part of it, right? So that we can leverage each other's strengths,
right?
Because the things that we do together in collaboration makes it just so much grander.
That's true.
And again, we're servicing the people, we're servicing the community. So we want to do that as best we can, and just learning from our different experiences. Yes. We are going to attract people for board for the general meetings. Us being outside, when we were able to distribute calendars and really plug just the general board meetings.
Yes.
People are interested, but they don't know. So just being in their faces was really huge. So let's just be intentional about that, so that it's not we're scrambling for people. You're available. It's such an outpouring. It's wait, we don't need that many people. Just imagine if we got to that point.
It's awesome.
I want to add that this is something that Borough President spoke about to every inauguration of new members. It's about joining committees, participating if you were and be part of the board, and it was mandatory. So. You have you're not speaking to the choir. We definitely No, I mean, you are speaking too quiet. We definitely know this is an issue. Sorry, I'm behind. Pieces of my problems are messed up. But I appreciate that this is something that's on this part of the record, that this is something specifically that we need to talk about, and we're going to emphasize at the general board meeting, but we're going to put a plan of action together for at the executive committee meeting, and I won't speak for the chair because it is obviously the chair and the committee members and folks who are a part of that who was enforce the final action, but it is something that we are definitely planning and aware of.
So thank you so much.
I have one more question about that too, because before we had 2 chairs, so it's still gonna stay with just one. It's not gonna be replaced.
So,
because I feel like we need a backup.
So my understanding is the way the bylaws are addressed now is that it is the committee, a board member can be the board chair, and a public member who is a committee member who has not been appointed by the borough president or the city council member will be the vice chair. This committee has never, in my understanding, identified a vice chair who is a public member of the city board. The chairperson is also letting think about making changes in that because we do need backup. What I did in the past, as I recommended for you guys, was that you guys nominate, when the chair is not here, you guys nominate who's going to lead tonight. Then Jackie did it one time. We would pick Joyce said, but she doesn't know she's in the queue. And then so that's what happened. I'm sorry, I didn't know what she just did. But that's the way that we're doing it. So all those things that's the way it is as far as the vice chair is that you guys have not chosen. That's my understanding.
So the vice chair has to be a public member. It can't be a board
It
member.
can't be us, one of us. It has to
What
be.
about our friend over here?
The way the bylaws are written now.
The book.
I'm talking about this young man right here.
Well, he hasn't probably be a public member yet.
Oh.
We looking for
Right.
I hear you. I hear you. Driving folks, right? There you go.
Are there any other items before we close?
I think that's all.
Anything else, right?
Did I answer your question, Jackie?
Yeah, that was good.
Okay.
And then
I
are you
wanna-
confirmed to have a spot in the general board meeting?
Yes, you're on the agenda. I do want to say one thing that's happening that you guys should be aware of.
Yeah.
So the community board, if I got an order, please, until we end the meeting.
So may I make the motion
Can we
now?
have- I just want to have, I just need everybody's attention before we leave out because your voices are part of the record if you're talking in the background. Thank you. So the community board is working on a toy drive for Christmas where we are hoping to partner with already existing Christmas celebration, i.e., for example, YMCA and Lincoln Hospital. So the leadership of the board is working. Thank you, Jackie. Thank you for all those who've had to go out and with our Christmas bags in hand. If you know some ideas of places that we can, in this late time, be able to figure out more toys, please let us know. We got you guys at Eastside House on the list, but I know you guys got some places that you got community centers you're doing. So the 18th, we're just partnering with. So we're at the general board meeting, gonna hopefully see this place will be full of toys. Those toys are gonna be donated to the hospital, YMCA, and some other places out there to be able to make sure that young people have a smile on their face during this holiday season.
You're collecting toys here.
Yes, ma'am, that's the goal. So please reach out to the district manager to ask, hey, how can I either be involved to get to recommend places that are likely can donate toys so that you put more smiles on their faces. Diana is going to be Elf. I'll likely be Santa because I think I have the pre-stuffing. And Steven, I don't want to tell you what he's going to be, but it's going to be an amazing time for the see smiles on faces.
Awesome. Thank
All right.
you so much.
Thank you. All right. Thank you. That's what I wanted to thank you, Chair.
No, of course. Any other items to discuss before we close?
Mama, how many want to leave?
Can I have a motion?
The board meeting's here. Remember the board meeting's in this
Oh,
space.
yes, at Lincoln.
On the 18th. Diana Lincoln is here on the 18th.
Alright.
Can I have
You have
please a
anything?
motion to adjourn the meeting?
So this is one more check. Again, make the motion towards the students' meeting.
Can I have a
I
second?
second.
All in favor, say
Now you
aye.
can go. Thank you.
Aye. Meeting's adjourned. Thank you.
Oh, my God. I'm here finding toy today. That's why.